Morning students, this is your 9th standard science 2, unit 21, nutrition and health. Now we are going to study the part 2 session of nutrition and health. But before going into today's session, let's recall the previous session. In the last session, we have studied classes of nutrients, that is carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins also. In vitamins, we have studied fat-soluble vitamins, water-soluble vitamins. In minerals, we have studied macro and micro minerals. Protein, energy, malnutrition, PEM, and food hygiene. We have discussed these topics in last session. So let's go into today's session. Today's session topics are food preservation, addition of preservations, food adulteration, food quality control. First one is food preservation methods. How do you preserve food for longer time? Food preservation. What is food preservation? Food preservation is the process of prevention of food from decay or spoilage. To avoid the food from spoilage, we preserve food by storing in a condition fit for future use. We store in such a place that it will be useful for further days also. Food is preserved too. Why do we store food very neatly? Because it increases the shelf life of food. If you store it in a correct place, the food will be used or it will be for long time. Retain the color, texture, flavor and nutritive value. If you store the food, the color, the taste, the flavor, the nutrition value of the food will be present and maintained for longer time. Increase food supply. If you store the food in proper condition, you can supply the food from one country or one place to the other place. Decrease wastage of food. So the spoilage of the food will be decreased if you store the food in a proper condition. Next is methods of food preservation. Now we are going to study what are the methods we use to preserve, that is to store food. Drying, smoking, irradiation, cold storage, freezing, pasteurization, canning. So students, let's see one by one clearly now. First one is drying. Drying, by the picture only you can identify that these are dry fruits. Drying is the process of preservation of food. It is a process to preserve food, to store food by removal of water, moisture content in the food. If you see at home, your mother will be drying some grains outside in the sun. Why? To avoid the microorganism growth or to avoid the water present in that. It can be done either by sun drying, vacuum drying or hot air drying. These vacuum drying and hot air drying are done in factories, but mostly in our houses we do sun drying to the food. What happens when you dry? Drying inhibits the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria, yeasts and molds. It avoids the growth. So when the water is removed, the bacteria, yeast, molds cannot grow in the dry fruits or dry food materials. Next is smoking. In this process, food products like meat and fish are exposed to smoke. You can see the pictures over here. The drying action of the smoke tends to preserve the food. By smoking, they preserve the meat and the fish. Next is irradiation. Food irradiation is the process of exposing food to optimum level of ionizing Radiations like X-rays, gamma rays are used to kill harmful bacteria to preserve its freshness. So the food item is applied gamma rays so that the bacteria doesn't grow, it dies. Then you can send it to one place to the another without any spoilage of the food. Cold storage. This will be in the supermarkets. Cold storage. It is a process of storing the perishable food such as, perishable means a large quantity of food such as vegetables, fruits, milk and fruit products at low temperature. If you go to any supermarket, it will be full of air condition. It creates the atmosphere into cool place so that the fruits, vegetables, milk product will be maintained and stored and protected for a longer time. Preserving the food products at low temperature, what happens? It slows down the biological and chemical reaction. Whatever is happening inside the food will be decreased if it is kept in a cold storage. The spoilage of the food will be decreased. Next is freezing. Freezing is one of the widely used methods of food preservation. Yes, we use refrigerators in our home. This process involves storing the food below 0 degrees, at which it protects food from microorganism reactions. When we bring the meat, anything, milk, egg, we preserve in our home in a refrigerator. But when you bring non-veg, paneer, butter, cheese, you keep it in a deep freezer so that it don't get spoiled. Pasteurization. The word pasteurization you have been studying from the lower classes. Nothing but the treatment given to the milk. Pasteurization is a process of heat treatment of liquid food products. This process also involves boiling of milk to a temperature of 63 degrees centigrade for about 30 minutes and suddenly cooling to destroy the microbes present in milk. What happens? They will take a milk, boil it in 63 degrees centigrade. Then suddenly they will keep it in the refrigerator like cold storage. In an ice atmosphere, they will keep it suddenly that hot pan. Suddenly what happens? In that heat, the bacteria dies. In that severe cold also, the bacteria will not be able to come back to life. So you can preserve the milk. That is why the packet milks or in supermarket the milks are kept in deep freezer or cold storage like things. Pasteurization, this is mostly done for milk. Canning food. In this method of food preservation, most vegetables, fruits, meat and dairy products, fruit juices are kept in canned foods. Foods are processed and stored in a clean, steamed, airtight containers under pressure and then sealed. What they will do, they will wash the food nicely, they will clean the container, they will put the food in that, they will steam it and they will close the container with a tight lid under pressure and seal it. It destroys all the microbes due to the heat present inside the tin. So there is no outgoing or incoming of air. So the microbes cannot grow. It will be like that. You are stopping the growth of the microbes. Unless you open the can, it will not get spoiled. Addition of preservatives. Food can be preserved by adding natural and synthetic preservations. We have studied in previous that how do you preserve, the methods to preserve food. But now we are adding few materials to avoid the spoilage and keep the food fresh. So the addition of preservatives, there are two types, natural preservative and synthetic preservative. By the word only you can understand natural means we are doing naturally or by using natural substances. Synthetic is nothing but the chemicals. In natural preservation, there are three types: addition of salt, addition of sugar, addition of oil. I'll give you a brief example. Addition of salt in the sense pickles. Addition of sugar, jam, jellies. Addition of oil, again it will come to the pickles, mango pickle, everything will have a lot of oil in that. These all are preservatives, natural preservatives we are adding to the food to avoid spoilage. In addition of salt, it is one of the oldest method of preserving food. Addition of salt removes the moisture content in the food by the process of osmosis. This prevents the growth of bacteria and reduces the activity of microbial enzymes. For example, if you see the dry fish in your home, the fishes are dried in the sun with full of salt on it. It will be very salty. Meat, fish, lemon, raw mangoes to make pickles are preserved by salt first. Because when you put a salt on the food, it will absorb the moisture and make it dry. Addition of sugar. Sugar or honey is added as a preservative to increase the shelf life of fruits. Listen carefully, the sugar is added only to the fruit substance. Fruit products like jams, jellies, squash, ruabza. The hygroscopic nature means the watery content in the fruits is also removed by the sugar, or it will make into solidified. And it will keep the jam, jellies fresh and color also as it is. There is no change in the color. Addition of oil. Addition of oil in pickles, mango pickle, lemon, prevents the content of air or with food. Hence, microorganisms cannot grow and spoil the food. What happens due to the oil layer on the top of the pickle, the air cannot enter into the pickle inside. It will act as a protecting layer to the pickle. That is why our elders tell that don't put a wet spoon into the pickle, because that moisture is absorbed by the food which is preserved for so long. Suddenly it will give life to the bacteria which will spoil the whole pickle. Are you clear, students? This is natural preservations. Next is synthetic preservation. Synthetic means chemicals, not natural. Synthetic food preservation like sodium benzoate, citric acid, vinegar, potassium bisulfate are added to food products. These preservations delay the microbial growth and keep the food safe for long duration. Example, jams, sauces and jellies, etc. If you see jams, it will be like solidified, color will be very attractive, sweet in taste. Sauces, tomato sauce, chili sauce, these all are prevented by adding chemicals to that, jellies. Food adulteration. This is the most important topic of the lesson. Adulteration is defined as the addition or subtraction of any substance to or from food, so that the natural composition and the quality of food substance is affected. Please listen carefully. Food adulteration means by adding another material into the food, or by subtracting, by removing some content of the food. Best example is water is added to the milk. That is food adulteration. That is giving a fake bad quality food. Giving bad quality food to us to eat. Or by changing the colors of the vegetables. Sometimes if you see the fruits and vegetables, they will be more shining than the natural vegetables. That makes us attractive. We feel that they are very good. But these all are done by the people to increase their profit, and it will spoil our health. Food adulteration is addition of extra materials, or subtraction means removing the natural material from the food. The adulterants in food can be classified in 3 categories. They are natural adulterants, means naturally they will happen. No man is involved in that. We are not involved in that. It is happening naturally. Incidental or unintentionally added adulterants. Incidentally means accidentally, by mistakenly they will get added to the food. Intentionally added adulterants. Intentionally means you wanted. They will purposely add that unhygiene, unhealthy material to the food. Like if you see the street foods, they will fry everything in the same oil which they have been using for 1 week. That oil will become black in color. Still they will be frying and we will be eating that. It is very good. But we don't know when it is going inside our body, it is affecting our health. That is intentionally, wantedly they are doing that. Accidentally, that is unintentionally. Naturally, the nature will be adding, or by mistakenly from nature it will come to the food. How, we will see. So natural adulteration or natural adulterants. Natural adulterants are those chemicals or organic compounds that are naturally present in food. Like lemon is having a citric, very sour taste. Apple is having very sweet taste. It is already present. That chemicals are present in the food. What they will do? They will get spoiled. They will spoil the food automatically when the condition of the environment is not good. If you keep a banana outside in a summer season, it will change into black in color. Why? Because the natural content in the banana is getting spoiled from inside to outside. If you put grapes, they start smelling within 3-4 days. If you keep tomato, the inside liquid material starts spoiling. That is natural. But we don't know sometimes. By mistakenly we will have it. That time what happens? Our health gets spoiled. Incidentally or unintentional. You can see here. Incidental means maybe due to floods, the crops are being washed away, so that bad water is added to the food. Rats will be biting the food without knowing we are having it. Flies on the sweets, flies on the food. What happens to us? If you see all this, it is like unintentional. No one is involved here, but it is happening accidentally. So in this what happens? This type of adulterants are added unknowingly due to the ignorance or carelessness. It is our carelessness during food handling and packaging. It includes pesticide residues, dropping of rodents, insects or mouse, microbial contamination due to the presence of pathogens like Escherichia coli in fruits and vegetables, ready to eat meat and poultry products. These all are accidentally, by mistakenly, the handling of the food can spoil the food, or the place where you are keeping the food can also spoil the food. Next is intentionally added adulterants. Intentionally means wantedly. You can see the pictures. We are doing it purposely to attract customers. These adulterants are added intentionally, wantedly for financial gain, means for good profit, good money, and have serious impact on the health of the consumers. If you buy by getting attracted to them, what happens? Our health is going to get spoiled. These types of adulterants include additives and preservatives like vinegar, citric acid, hydrogen peroxide in milk. Sometimes if you see packet milk, when you are boiling it, you can see a layer of creamy thing forming below the bowl. So these all are intentionally they are doing to increase the business. Chemicals like calcium is added to the ripened bananas and mangoes. Now the banana is green, but the farmer wants to sell it tomorrow only. Within tomorrow the banana cannot become yellow. So what they are doing, they are adding chemicals to make the banana from green to yellow, ripening it. So what happens? Sudden ripens can change the equation or the food content in the banana or mango. No certified food color containing chemicals. No certified food colors. Food colors are used in the food to attract us. That is also very unhealthy because they are doing that. Wantedly they are adding food color to the food which makes us very tasty. It gives taste. If you go on eating that, it will give you a health illness. Edible synthetic wax. Synthetic wax is added to the apples. When you buy apples which are very shiny, come home, if you wash with the water will not stand on the apple. It will flow because the soft layer of wax is present on the apple. So if you remove like this, you can see these all are done wantedly. So this is called intentionally added adulterants. Students, be careful with the food what you are having. Hopefully our parents will bring a healthy food, but still be careful. Next is, after having adulterated food, what happens to your health? Health effects of adulterated foods. If you eat that, consumption of these adulterated foods may lead to serious health effects. Obviously, if you go on eating regularly unhygiene food or these chemicals added food for good taste, it will create problem to your health. You get fever, you get diarrhea, nausea, vomitings, asthma, allergy. Allergy may be skin allergy, stomach allergy, like food poisoning. Kidney and liver failures also you can get, and you can undergo to cancer also. So whatever you are eating, see that you are eating a healthy food with your family. Next is food quality control. Our government knew that the food is being sold in a not proper way. So a few rules and regulations have been created so that we can get a good healthy food. The government always ensures that pure and safe food is made available to the consumers. The government is looking after that people who are buying should buy a very healthy food. In 1954, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act was started. In 1954, they said that food, the rice, the milk should not be added. Milk, water should not be added more than the milk. In rice, if you see black stones will be coming. That is also an adulteration because they are decreasing the rice content and increasing the stone content. So we are getting cheated by paying money. In 1955, Preservation of Food Adulteration Rules. There are few rules that you have to use so and so. Don't use in such foods. If you want to use, if you use in rice, we will remove it. So that is okay. But don't use in fruits and vegetables. Don't add chemicals in fruits and vegetables because we cannot find it out what is happening inside the fruit or vegetable. Minimum standards of quality for food and strict hygiene conditions for its sale are clearly outlined in the Act. Means the government is saying that whatever food is being supplied to the customer or the consumer, that should be gone through these rules and regulations, that should be checked properly and then sent to one place to the other, or to a shop, or to the consumer. They should have a certified mark to sell anything in the market. There are few agencies to control the food. Food quality control agencies are there in our country. First one is ISI mark. You must have studied and been seeing. ISI mark means Indian Standards Institution, known as Bureau of Indian Standard, BIS. Why? This is used to certify industrial products like electrical appliances like switches, wiring cables, water heater, electric motor, kitchen appliances, etc. When you take electrical things, you will say that there should be an ISI mark. That ISI is nothing but it is an agency that checks that people who are taking the electrical things do not get shock. It should be a proper quality material to be sent to the person. Now all the washing machine shops, refrigerators, everything will have an ISI mark to them. If they have ISI mark only, they have to go to the market. Otherwise they should not sell it. Next is egg mark, that is AGMARK. Agricultural marketing. Certifies agricultural and livestock products like cereals, essential oils, pulses, honey, butter, etc. If you see the bottles you are buying in a supermarket, just turn it back, you will see egg mark. If this mark is there, it is very good for you to buy those food items. FPO, fruit process order. By the word only you can see it is indicating only fruits. Certifies the fruit products like juice, jams, sauces, canned fruits and vegetables, pickles, etc. If you see the bottles, there will be a mark called FPO, means they have certified that yes, this food is good, you can eat it. Then FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. What is this? Responsible for protecting and promoting the public health through regulation and supervision of food safety. These are the advertisements which we see in our television. If they approve it only, they can put it on the TV as an advertisement. Otherwise, that will not come into the market. Are you clear with this Food Quality Control Agency? This is a very important question. Next, do you know? There are few do you know interesting facts in your book. First one is, do you know bananas are the best stored at room temperature? When it is kept in a refrigerator, the enzyme responsible for ripening becomes inactive. In addition, the enzyme responsible for browning and cell damage becomes more active, thereby causing the skin color change from yellow to dark brown. Just imagine, bananas should be kept in a room temperature. If you take that banana and keep it, bringing from the market and keeping in the refrigerator, what happens? The enzymes will start changing the color from yellow to brown within 1 day. If you see in outside market, the bananas will be like that, yellow in color. They don't change the color because they require some time. And in refrigerator, when you are keeping, what happens? The enzymes will get more active. They get confused. So they will change the color of the banana, which we don't feel to eat it. A slogan from farm to plate. Farm to plate means from the farming to the plate, make food safe. Slogan, a thought. From farm to plate, make food safe. When it is coming from the farmer or the farming, when it is reaching your kitchen, you are cooking it and you are putting on the plate, that food should be very safe. World Health Day is celebrated on 7th April 2015. October 16 is World Food Day. It emphasizes on food safety and avoiding food wastage. Don't waste food. If you are not willing to eat, help the poor and the needy person. Next is, students, a small activity. You can do it in your home. Take a picture and send it to your class teacher so that they can share it to me. The first one is milk. How do you check the milk that it is very good or bad? Place a drop of milk on a slanting polished surface. Take a steel plate. Put in a slanting position like slider. Slanting position. Pour milk. Put a milk drop on that. If it is leaving a white line and it is falling down, means that is a pure milk. If the milk is falling down very fastly like water, that is adulterated milk, means water is added to that milk. Honey, how do you identify that honey is a very good honey you are eating? Dip a cotton wick, take a cotton bud, dip it in the honey and light it with a matchstick. Do it in front of with the help of your parents. Pure honey burns. Take a earbud, put it in the honey, light a matchstick, it will burn if it is pure. If it is not pure, the cracking sounds will come like Diwali crackers. The cracking sounds will come if it is not a pure honey. And another thing to test honey is put a spoon honey in a water glass. If it is falling like a line and it is taking time to get settled below is a good honey. If it is mixing with water easily, that is a bad or not good honey. Sugar. How do you identify that the sugar you are having is a very good quality? Dissolve sugar in water. First you dissolve the sugar in water. If chalk powder is added as an adulterant, it will settle down. Take a sugar, add it in water. If it is mixing thoroughly and no white content is settled down, no sugar is settled down, means that is pure sugar. If something white material is below the water, means that is bad sugar. Coffee powder. Sprinkle a few pinches of coffee powder in a glass of water. Sprinkle it, just put few coffee in a water. Coffee powder floats. If it is a good coffee powder, it will float. If it is not, it will settle down. If the coffee powder is good, it will float on the top of the water. If it is not, it will get down and settle it down. Food grains. They have visible adulterants like marble, sand, stone, etc. Food grains, rice. If you take rice or any dal materials, black stones will be there. So that you can see through your eyes and you can remove it because it is not good for our health. These are the activities you have to do. Take a picture, write your name and send it to your class teacher. After the lesson, students, I hope you are clear with the nutrition and health lesson. This is the part 2 and part 1 also you are thorough. Now it is exercise time. What is an adulterant? Explain any two methods of food preservation. What are the effects of consuming adulterated food? Explain the role of food control agencies in India. Why salt is used as preservative in food? Students, write down these questions in your science classwork, science 2 classwork, and try to answer them by seeing this video as well as your science textbook. Be thorough with your science textbook. In the next class, we will meet with a new lesson.